The click of the lock echoed loudly, reverberating through the narrow hallway. In the small, confined space, amplifying the tension, Martha Alba, head flight attendant, leaned against the bathroom door. Her heart pounded like a drum. Outside, concerned murmurs began to rise from the passengers, their eyes filled with worry. They had been flying for 2 hours, a routine flight from Chicago to Los Angeles, now shrouded in uncertainty. Now, everything felt far from routine, the atmosphere thick with unease. Martha took a deep breath, trying to steady her nerves. She knew her actions seemed strange, even irrational, to the onlookers. But she had no other choice. The situation demanded her courage. Lives depended on her next move, and she couldn't afford to falter. Martha had always loved the sky. Growing up in a small town in Nebraska, she'd spend hours watching planes soar overhead. Becoming a flight attendant was a dream, a way to escape the ordinary. For 15 years, she had navigated the aisles with grace and professionalism. She calmed nervous flyers, entertained fussy children, and always put safety first. Her colleagues admired her dedication, her passengers, her warmth. Outside the bathroom, the whispers grew louder, a murmur of unease spreading through the cabin. The other flight attendants, Sarah and Mark, knocked gently, their voices strained with concern, their eyes reflecting the worry that was now palpable in the air. "Martha, are you all right?" Sarah asked, her voice barely masking the anxiety she felt. Minutes ticked by, each one an eternity, the tension mounting with every passing second. Passengers craned their necks, their faces etched with anxiety. What was happening? Was someone sick? The uncertainty gnawed at them. Was there a problem with the plane? The questions hung in the air, unanswered and unsettling. The pilot, Captain Thompson, a seasoned veteran, tried to reassure the passengers over the intercom, but even his voice held a tremor of unease, betraying the calm facade he tried to maintain. Section 4. Descent into Panic. Martha heard the rising panic in the cabin. Her hands trembled, but her resolve remained. She had to stay hidden, to buy precious time. She knew the truth. She had seen what the others hadn't. The captain's voice, now grave, announced an emergency landing. Oxygen masks dropped from overhead, adding to the surreal, terrifying atmosphere. Passengers exchanged fearful glances. A child cried. Martha closed her eyes, silently praying. Section 5. The Unsung Hero. The plane landed with a jolt, the sudden impact shaking everyone on board. The screech of tires against the tarmac echoed Martha's pounding heart, a sound that would stay with her for a long time. She emerged from the bathroom, her face pale but determined, her eyes scanning the cabin for any sign of trouble. Before anyone could speak, she pointed to a section of the plane's underbelly, barely visible through the small window, her finger trembling slightly. "There," she said, her voice shaking but resolute. "I saw smoke coming from that area. Something is wrong with the engine," she insisted, her eyes wide with concern. An investigation would later reveal a small fire, contained but potentially deadly, if left unchecked, a disaster narrowly averted. Martha's quick thinking, her willingness to face ridicule and fear, had saved them all. Her bravery turned a potential tragedy into a story of heroism.